Alright, hey guys. Alright, check this out. Right over there, it's now called Acme, but that used to be called an AMP, and that's where I used to work at. It's crazy to see that and to see how far, you know, how far. When you see how far you have come, it's an incredible feeling because at this very moment you get to realize two things. You get to realize two things about the journey. I think my Uber driver is here. I'm trying to have him see me as I'm waving him down. I don't think he's seeing me, but let's see here. Let's cross the street. Let's see if he sees me then. But yeah, one of the best things that ever happened in my life is is hey, how you doing, man? Good night, brother. So how you doing, brother? Everything's good?
Good.
Alright. No, you take the next one over there. You go underneath the bridge? Yeah, when you go underneath the bridge. So, guys, one of the things that I was telling you, no, underneath the bridge.
Huh?
You don't have to go on the highway, just go underneath the bridge. Yeah, that's the longer way.
Oh, okay. Let's take a look.
Yeah, you make this right here. So, one of the things that I want to tell you guys is that don't ever watch the hours you have to work for yourself. When you work for yourself, you're not working. You're building, you're creating an empire. And that's where a lot of people get this whole mistake thing about entrepreneurship. And the thing about entrepreneurship is that people look and they think they see the glamorous lifestyle, they see the boat, they see all that, but what they don't realize is that the grind. We don't work a 9 to 5. We work a 9 to 12. And you do that for 5 years. You eat. I always say you work your ass off for 5 years so that way you can enjoy the rest of your life. But many people won't do it because they want the instant gratification of success, or their level, or they thinking of success is they have to get the rewards quickly and put in no work. It doesn't work that way. Like, I give it for instance. Like, even my Uber driver, he could have been sleeping right now. Right? You could have been sleeping right now in his house. But he's out here busting his butt, working his own hours on his own pen. And he could do this for the next 5 years, and he will make more money than half of you guys that sit home on your butt. Right? As an entrepreneur. And then don't ever knock the entrepreneurs, because it's the entrepreneurs that will change the world. Entrepreneurs create jobs. Entrepreneurs create opportunities. Entrepreneurs is the bread and butter of America. And until you realize how America was brought up, entrepreneurship is why America is so great with opportunities. Nothing wrong with a 9 to 5, but a 9 to 5 won't make you successful. Only being an entrepreneur will ever make you successful. When you start working for yourself, you put the value on what self is worth, while other people pay you at a job and tell you what you're worth. But my question is, are you paid what you're worth when you're working at that job? And you see, that's what we have to really start looking at. What is your worth? Are you worth $10 an hour, $50 an hour? You know, were you afraid of a little hard work, long hours? You would do it for a job and get overtime, then get paid tax on that overtime, and then you don't even really make any money at overtime. You're just making Uncle Sam richer. So the biggest questions I gotta ask is, what's stopping you? Why are you so afraid to go work for yourself? Why are you so afraid to take the risk? You see, it's the risk takers that change everything. You gotta be able to take the risk, because the risk is where you get the reward. So, I hope you guys get that, man. It was incredible to see where I used to work. I used to work in them cold freezers, coming home from the hot factory, working at UPS, and I go work at that Acme. Now it's called Acme, used to be called AMP, and I used to work in the freezer. And I did that for 5 years plus. And now looking at it, where running my own business, working for myself, you guys see how I do things. But it was just incredible to get that reality check. Sometimes you gotta look back in your life and see how far you come. Not for you to stuck in the past, but sometimes you gotta give yourself a self-awareness and say, hey, I've surpassed that. And look at me now. Many people laughed at me. They laughed at me so bad, they doubted me, they told me this wouldn't work. And you know what? A lot of them still work at that new Acme. Nothing bad against them, but I'm just saying they were just doubtful. Fear. They saw false evidence that appeared real to them. Me, I saw fear as, face everything that appeared in my way. And I didn't care. I didn't care to fail. I didn't care if it didn't work. I just know that I wanted to try and eliminate the fact that what if. I got rid of my what if. So don't be scared to take a risk. Take risks. Take chances. The worst thing could happen, it didn't work. You didn't fail. You just found out that it didn't work. And you move on to the next. When people laugh at your failures, it's not your failures for them to laugh at. Those are your L's. Those are your L's. They add up. I heard a powerful quote where they said, I am not afraid of the man who could kick me, who could kick someone 1,000 times. But he's mostly afraid of the guy who could kick 1,000 ways 1,000 times. See, you gotta try things in many different ways in many different times, and it will happen for you. When life sets you back, it's a setup for you to have a greatest comeback in a lifetime. Don't let nobody determine your failures and call you a failure. You are the one that's in control of that. For many years, what they would call me was a failure. Now, who's the failure? Who having the laugh now? So don't let nobody tell you you're a failure. You determine who you are. You determine yourself. You character yourself. Even when you're failing, you go through life and you say, I'm a winner. And you tell yourself you're a winner every morning. And when you wake up, you tell yourself you're a winner. When you fail, you tell yourself you're a winner. When you win, you tell yourself you're a winner. And you keep telling yourself you're a winner, and the law of attraction will bring you nothing but wins. They may not come immediately, but they will come. I always say getting rich is not a get rich quick thing. It's a get rich definite if you stay consistent and being persistent. I'm telling you, I used to be in them cold freezers dreaming about the things that I wanted to be. And I dream about this business, and I dream about what it did for me and my family. And it could do the same thing for you and your family if you just stay consistent and persistent. And stay humble. Stay humble. Don't go buy the big mansions and the big fancy cars. Stay humble. That's how you stay rich. And I want you guys to read that book. It's called The Millionaire Next Door, the 21st Century. Great book. I love page 44. It talks about paying yourself first. And it talks about being frugal. Great book. I tell you to go read that book. So, you know, readers are leaders. Read many books, many times. One of my other favorite books. Oh no, straight down more. Some of my favorite books is the book that changed my life when I first became an entrepreneur is a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I read that book once a year, every year, because it reminds me of the 3 C's, the 3 don'ts. Don't condemn, don't criticize, and don't complain. Life give you everything, and it's a temporary thing. Just live life, man. So, you know, that's all I wanted to share with you guys, and I hope you get a lot out of that. I hope you see the significance behind where you start, you know. So another thing, man, don't shit on people when you're coming up, because you don't know. Wins are temporary, and so is defeats. That's why I tell you, stay humble. Okay, you may shit on someone today, and guess what? They get a bigger win and shit bigger on you. So life is just a beautiful thing that we just gotta enjoy and be humble with it, and just remain positive, remain grateful, remain humble, and just love, you know, love and smile and enjoy everything that has to be. All right, have a good day, guys.